Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Oh, I see. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. All right. It's like Tom made it, huh? Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oops. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare, made it. Guy made it finally. All right, man. Universe power. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my Lord. Oh boy. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Oh my wonderful Lord. That's all I have to say. Oh my goodness, what wealth this is. Oh man, fabulously wealthy. I love it, man. I love being rich. How about you guys? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, where's Lolita? I want some darshan of Lolita here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There she goes. I'm purified. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Miss Universe is here. I love it. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. To be Miss Universe, you have to attract the universe. If you can't attract the universe, then you're not Miss Universe. Krishna is the universe, man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, my Lord Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, there's Lalita Madhava, the deaf dancer. He dances on the vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Oh my Lord, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah, Krishna. Oh, this is really great. Oh, this is nice. Yeah. So for anybody new that may be watching, because now we're starting to meet people, starting to meet people on the street. They just come sit down right next to me, and say like this, I was looking for a kirtan. Now, how can that be? You know how they talk about, is that a coincidence? No, this is how Krishna works. He draws who he wants. And it was right after I made this thing, Playa del Carmen, so we can meet people personally. Yeah, so, for people, they wonder, for new people, if you're watching this chanting, and you can see we can also be normal here, have normal consciousness, really good logic and clarity, and explain what's going on here. It's science. This is a science here. It's not some crazy lunatic thing. No, it's a science of self-realization, how to realize the self. What is that self? You know, realize, put your real eyes, understanding on the real self. What is the real self? Well, you can only know by experiencing the real self. It's like on that Matrix movie, if you ever seen it, when who's the guy? The guy says to the black guy, says to the potential one, he says, the Matrix is like this. And he says, I say, oh, yeah, well, what is the Matrix? He says, you can only experience it. You have to experience it. Okay? That's the same thing here with this chanting. You have to see that it looks so unusual and fascinating. If it fascinates you, and if you think, wow, look at how happy that Lalita Ganga looks there. It's extraordinary. I've never seen anybody look like that. What is she tasting? What is she experiencing? See, so you got to come into this matrix. It's like a matrix here. It's a world. See, you guys, believe it or not, you guys out there are living in the simulation, man. This is reality. Yeah, this is real. Yeah. We're here to teach people how to become gods on earth, but not in the way you think. We already have George Soros and Bill Gates. You're all those little gods on earth, but you're not really. It's all an illusion. Once you pass from the body, it's finished, man. Your godhood is done. Zero. The Yamadutas just come right up to you and grab your soul, which is encased in the false ego, and bring you right before Yamaraj. Yeah, that's it. Just give you a little preview, man. Bhagavatam is the preview. What's to come. See, and then you start worshiping. See, the whole thing is somehow or other people get faith, like these guys somehow, sometimes the demons, they get a little faith in the truth. And then the scriptures come and they worship God according to fear and reverence. Oh my God, this is going to happen to me. Yeah, that's going to happen. If you're lucky. Hey man, to start worshiping God in fear, you're really lucky. Prabhupada got a lot of those. They said, fifth canto, hey, we're going to put boiled in oil for all that, Well, that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, maybe, who knows. But it's not going to be good for those who don't understand the science of self-realization. That's what we're here all about. To understand this fabulous science, man, that makes you a god on earth, but not like a Soros, man. He's win-lose God. What kind of God is that? That's the Luciferian God. No, my Lord. My Lord, oh my Lord, it's so easy to attain you now. Yeah. You found the door is right here because I'm in the door, man. Now I come and become the shepherd of the sheep. I teach you to do the same thing, right? You come in the door and you become the shepherd of the sheep too. Isn't that nice? Isn't that a nice little simple explanation of what Jesus talks about? It's all here, man. What do you expect, man? Why wouldn't it be here? You come here and learn this science. You'll be a god on earth, but not in the way that it is in the Maya. We become nowhere place. It's very nice. We're here to serve that true God. Make him happy. That's it, man. Just come here, learn the science of making God happy in the highest way. That's all I do. And you become a god on earth. Okay? You become even better than the demigods because most of them are not like this. Can you believe it? You're in a place where it's better to be here than where even with the highest demigods, if they're not like this, if they're not chanting the holy name and giving God the greatest happiness that we can see with our own eyes. Okay? What you're seeing here is the happiness of God. How wonderful it is to serve that Lord. That's how to be God on earth here. You have to be a great servant. You know, have to learn to how we teach people how to have realization, how to be Satchitananda, empowered Satchitananda by giving God so much pleasure every day. Don't we do it, man? I can't even take a day off. It is so fun here. I told this person, the person says, what kind of work you do? I said, I don't know if I can say it's work, man. Every day I do this work, but it's so fun. I can't even take a day off. It's like a vacation every day. It's just more and more wonderful. Okay? So I just love serving God. What, being a servant? Usually people work 6 days a week, 5 days a week, and then they want a break. Right? Yeah, you got these masters, man. You got the Bill Gates and all these guys cheating you and making you slaves and everything. This whole thing is a slavery here, man. My Lord says, "Oh, you don't want to make me happy, and make yourself happy in the greatest way." Well, I'm sorry, man. There's only alternative is you must serve, man. Go serve these slave masters out there, man. Go serve your big brothers and big fathers and the government. We'll be cracking the whip. Okay? Here, the Lord, you come here, we'll grab that whip and throw it down. Finished. Yeah. See, Satchitananda, that's why it's a little tough. Rivers saying, oh, so, black hole. No, yeah. Well, hey, man, you're learning to become a god on earth. What do you expect, man? The black hole is only there. It's only the darkness you've been looking at for 10 million lifetimes. So give it a little time, man. You just keep looking at. And I told Lalita Ganga the same thing in Florida, man. She was back and forth, one day, looking at the darkness, and then total ecstasy. I was finally at the certain point, which is that point now for River. Hey, man, what do you want to be? Miserable? Or you want to be in bliss all the time? And then she got things. She said, I can't give it up. But don't worry. At least we nailed it, man. We named it. See? Now, just understand that, and God will help you. And yes, now she stays more in steadier bliss. See, less and less this thing, because when you look at it after a while, you catch yourself. And you think, "What the hell? Let me stay in the light, man. Let me just drink the nectar of the gods." What's the nectar of the gods? What we're drinking here is better than the ambrosia of the gods. Can you imagine? I'm telling you, I've just got to tell you what's here is so amazing. And we'll show you it gets more and more amazing every day. You can start to see it, man. You can see this is substantial. This is not a crazy thing. Yeah. And after a while, you'll start understanding very deeply when you're in ecstasy. Sometimes I notice there's an ecstatic stage, and you're ecstatic, but you don't have the knowledge is not kicking in real clear, But anyway, you just keep drinking, and then knowledge kicks in, and then you're Satchitananda on earth. What? You got the knowledge when you're chanting in ecstasy? What else is there? Tell me. Now you're a son of God. Whether you have a woman's body, doesn't matter. You're the son on this planet, man. People want to know something. They got to come and look at you, and they got to hear from you. Otherwise, they're in speculations, tribulations. Shama-san is here. All right. Yes. I'm sorry, Shama-san. You're not as cute as Lalita Ganga, but you're on your way. You're going to get there. We'll make you a Miss Universe, too. You just keep coming here. Don't worry, you'll get there. You're close. Oh, wait. Can everybody hear her or what? Can everybody hear her okay? No? Yes? Okay, go ahead. Continue. It's my thing. No, you can't hear her.
We cannot hear Shamasundari. No, we can't. We can only hear you.
All right. She'll come back on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Let's give her another shot here. Okay, we'll give you another shot here. See how that works. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Guru Maharaj, I was last 2 weeks, very tired and stoned from God, from your vibration, from Lalita vibration, from Janaki vibration. I couldn't do my things, and today I have right now 2 hours to listen to you, but I have to do yoga. But I will dive in this vibration. Is it
All
okay
right.
to be with you
Yeah,
here?
sure. Yeah, please. Yeah. Do your yoga. That's great. Yeah.
Because
We
I
need.
know that you like when people are sitting
Yeah.
and they are
Yeah.
attentively, but it's
No,
really
no, no.
nice to practice and listen to you.
Yeah. Go for it. Let's see some yoga postures. That's great. Yeah.
No, don't watch me. Thank you. Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
you're welcome. Yeah, please do. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Yeah. So this is it, man. Satchitananda and empowered. That's what the Lord came to give, the highest thing, to show what his deepest devotees are on this planet. And it's so funny. It's so natural and so playful. This is the garden. The Lord wanted to show you the Garden of Eden on this planet, in action, in the what it looks like, and we're showing it here. It starts in our relationships. So that's why it's intense here. People going through stuff, and then once the darkness is more and more out of us, and then you just stay in serving Krishna, and you may have to do your duties. Doesn't matter, man. The Lord protects you. Yeah, it's simply wonderful, man. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Ah. So did it? Let's see. What chapter did anybody watch River's class this morning? And know what chapter she was watching? If she's there, is she here today or what? Yeah. So anyway, I was reading, I was listening. There's a lot of good stuff in there, and I'll just basically say this. The Lord was teaching very, very cryptically. This is what you start to get, this chit understanding. You start to understand the real mind of Krishna, the real mind of God, and how far-reaching it is. And I'll tell you a couple of things in this story. So he meets this Mayavadi, and um, and he was a Mayavadi sannyasi, and actually kind of a bit of a cheater. He had maintained women, he wasn't really following his vows right, this. So he had a wife or a girlfriend, who knows. And and the Lord, you see, he was attracted to the Lord. And so during the whole but he couldn't understand God, because who can understand Lord? You have to be very, very close to the Lord. You have to be close in the way that we're teaching here. This kind of closeness, this kind of intimacy is so ecstatic and so revelatory, because you start to understand the mind of God. See? And then that's why these pastimes are so great, because it's so nice to be reminded of how God thinks and how he sees things. Okay, so I'll just share with you. And you can only understand these things with a lot of this ecstatic worship. Very deep ecstatic worship reveals it's like it parts the veil, and you can see things as they are, and things as they are is the way the Lord sees it. That's it. We're servants, right? It's not like we have our knowledge. See, this is the world. You get it's all that speculation in the world is God's potency. It's not yours. It just bewilders you and makes you confused. It makes you so confused, you start to think this is you, this is your mind, this is, that kind of stuff. And it's all these speculations going through your mind, and you create goals and paths, and teachings. These people, all these things. Okay? But that's all speculation, and it cuts you off from the Lord, more or less. Okay? More or less. See, here, this kind of worship, this ecstasy clears off all the speculation. And then you just see things as they are, just right there in the scriptures written by the Lord's devotees. See, they got to be devotees. Otherwise, the Lord ain't impressed. And the stuff is not interesting to devotees. If you're a devotee, you only like the devotional potency. See, that's the only real thing in this world is that devotional potency. If you see it, you found gold, but people don't know what gold looks like. That's the problem. You notice? It's a problem. People don't know what gold looks like. They see all the fool's gold that's laying all over the place, and they go pick that stuff up, and they can't pick this up. See? So we got to teach a course on how to recognize gold. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, like one of the Vaishnavas coming here, one of their old, I won't say who it is, just to get an idea. This teach how this all works. Yeah, that's what it's all about. On the Vaidhi level, they basically, in essence, you ISKCON devotees and Gaudiya Smriti and Gaudiya Math, I'm just going to tell you all frankly, you don't know what gold is. You really don't, because you don't pick it up. It's right there, sitting right in front of your face, right there on Facebook Live every day, and you don't pick up the gold. Therefore, what is it? What does a gold person who knows what gold is say? You say, you don't know what gold is. Right? Simple. Look at it. They're not picking up the gold. Right there, Shama-san, you can see there's gold here, right? Yeah. It's obvious. She picks up the gold. Her guru doesn't know what gold is. Her ex-guru. We'll say ex now. Doesn't know what gold. Can't pick it up. Even he won't pick it up. Well, that's not gold, man. No, gold to him. See, gold to people in the world are different things. It's usually temporary, all the way up into the gold of austerity. It's gold. There's some gold in there, some happiness in there. The gold of regulative devotional service, where you're doing it like a method, like a form, and it's just kind of empty, but you think, but there's gold in that for you, or you think that's golden. See, people don't know what it is. Yeah. Or people, they come and they say, oh, look at Gore, he's crazy. He's just, no, I'm just into gold, man. You don't know what gold is. Gold is, what's the thing? I know what gold is. Many of my students are knowing what gold is. Gold are these verses. These verses are gold. They're treasure. And when you can do what these verses explain, you're rich. See? When you are these verses, Lord Chaitanya said, I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I will favor the devotees. Can you do that? If you can't, you're not ready you can't pick up the gold, but you come here, you'll get the strength here, because that's how you get it. Yeah, I can relate to that, man. I do that every day. Taste the essence of all the rasas. Isn't that amazing? A fool like Gaurahari that doesn't even wear a dhoti, no neck beads, no tilak, nothing. But I know how to pick up gold. I know how to teach Krishna consciousness the way the Lord taught it 550 years ago, because he showed me. And his devotees showing me all the time in the scriptures, confirming that this is the way. This is the narrow gate, my friends. Anybody ready to walk through it and get this is better than the treasure at the end of the rainbow. This is exactly what Lord Chaitanya did. He tasted the essence of all these rasas and favored the devotees. Look at you guys. You obviously are his devotees, because you're here and you consider this favor. Because it is. Because you'll be like that too. And many of you are. You're tasting the essence of these rasas by chanting the holy name in ecstasy, just like the Lord did 550 years ago. So what is our fault for being empowered to do what he did and enjoy that happiness of that and all the boons that come along with? Yeah, that's it. I shall taste the essence of all these rasas. Yeah, that's chapter 4 of Adi Lila. In this way, favor the devotees. And then by hearing the next verse, then by hearing the pastime, hearing the Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's just go right to the verse. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, chapter 4. No, okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yeah. So I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I shall favor all the devotees. Now that's Gurudev. You cannot, how can you teach this if you can't do like that? Yeah. You got to teach this so people can get that kind of favor. This is very rare. Okay? That's why such devotees, they're called rasic, are 1 out of 1,000,000. Because very few people can do that. If you could do that, you'd be an intimate associate of Lord Chaitanya. Only they can do that. Only the Lord can show them that. You got to be like Bival Mangal Thakur. Can you imagine? I would never. I always hear this, even in our son. Oh, I would never compare myself to Bimal Mangal Thakur. Well, I can't help making the comparison because that Supreme Personality of Godhead with a peacock feather teaches me also. How could you say that? Are you a son of God? Yes, I am. How can you look? Oh, how you're doing? Oh, I'm sorry, man. But that's what we're here to is this is win-win. You also will become. I already have a few sons of God here. You know, that's what we do here, man. There's so much spiritual power. That's how we roll here, right? Shamasundar, look at her. She has to hold back the ecstasy. She said, listen, if I get too ecstatic, I won't be able to work. She knows, that's how much is here. She has to regulate it. It causes conflict in her life. I gotta work too, and but I don't know, man. I gotta get a little. It's so hard to balance this. Tipping, the ecstatic Lord in her wants to go over, and then she's pulling back. Yeah, that's what we do here. That's amazing. Why can't I boast about the mercy of God that's in this Sangha? Is that such a bad thing? If you're going to boast, I'm not saying it's because of me. It's because of the Lord. It's because of that peacock feather guy. Yeah. Him and Radha, they're doing it, man. They just keep pumping the juice, man. And we just keep, just letting it flow out. That's all. It's a pumping station. Yeah, pump in the spiritual world into this world, man. Thy will be. I just amazed, man. Practically every verse relates to the devotees that are in this space here, in this consciousness, in this reality. Yeah, it's amazing. This is indestructible. This reality, it's amazing. Because I got this over Facebook. This one lady, she says, she's a whistleblower. Blows a whistle on the Maya. And poor lady, she's in fear all the time because it's just always meditating on what they're going to do to you. Can you imagine? They got guillotines out, they got this out and that out, and it gets your vibration in a very scary place. So, and she says, they're just now the new one is they're destroying reality. And I think, well, good. This is the only real, you can't destroy this. This is eternal, man. Come over here. Yeah, go ahead there. You want to say something?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I think it's a issue of perception, yes, because we can see that they are making this, they're breaking this, and this is disaster and apocalypse. But from the other hand, it's good that
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry you didn't come all the way through, but basically, I got it. Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
people are suffering so much that they need
Yeah. You didn't come all the way through, but I know the gist of what you're saying. So basically, it is, in a sense, it's right, but many people identify with temporary reality, and so that's why they freak out, because it's being destroyed, and that's why this shift. If you This is the best place to be, man. This is You're in with here, and this reality is eternal. See, and it's very solid and full of substance, and otherwise you're just in a temporary reality anyway. It doesn't matter the way societies are. You notice they're all different because they're all temporary. This is eternal. This is the way it is forever. This is you go to spiritual world and you'll see people worshiping like this. Their reality is like created by their worship and in the particular world they're in, and it's eternal world. Like in Vaikunta, it's a certain mood, a certain type of feeling, and but that's eternal for they like it, they'll be in that, and they're blissed out. See, they don't have feelings like in the world, this happiness and distress, and then they're obligated to take material bodies again and again. They don't have that. They have a spiritual body full of bliss and ecstasy. That's why you come here and you get this eternal spiritual body full of bliss and ecstasy, that you're promoted to the kingdom of God. Even the Bhagavatam says that. The Lord Brahma said those who evince the symptoms of ecstasy are promoted to the kingdom of God, and they don't take a birth again. See, and so many of you are getting those symptoms of ecstasy. Okay, and even if you're not finished in your like release of stuff, it doesn't matter, because you're drawn because of this ecstasy to eternally liberated souls, and you'll go there and finish off whatever you've done. See, you don't have a birth like this, and people bewildered. Your parents are bewildered. Your teachers are. Everybody is bewildered in this temporary reality. It's called Maya, illusion. See, that's why we're an oasis in this desert of illusion. You see, what's being present here? What are we talking about here? What's eternal? Talks about Krishna that relate to the absolute eternal truth are for the welfare of the world. See, this is Bhagavatam. I just tell you Bhagavatam. Yeah, everything. People become examples. You become a living word in this world. Even people may not understand it because so many speculate. They're in the whirlwind. They can't see. Yeah, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and it was kind of a new age person, and I was speaking to her, and I could see her mind is in the whirlwind, and just there, she kind of liked what we're doing, but the mind is all speculative, so you know, maybe a couple of words getting through, maybe, but that's the whole world. Their minds are like spinning, like a top, like the fool on the hill, right? Fool on the hill. The world is spinning around. See, the world is, and people are spinning with it. Twirling. See, whirlwind. See, whirlwind thoughts going around and around and around. Okay? You come here, we kill that demon. It's a demon. It's an obstacle. Yeah, stop that spinning. It's much more, just you don't need it anymore. Just you'll start seeing things as they are. You look at the verses and you know them. The Lord shows you. You live by revelation. You live by ecstasy, happiness, spiritual happiness of pleasing God. Nice lifestyle, isn't it? Yeah, this is what we're here to show. Hey, man, it's a great lifestyle. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you wear. Even could you imagine? I could put on a sannyasi thing. I could wear a rags. It doesn't matter because it's internal. What's there? It's internal and eternal. All I have to do is go and talk. Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear it.
Yeah, your preaching and this what you teach us, how to be close to God, how to cultivate it, how to behave in sense that not follow false ego. When you have this, when you enjoy this vibration, when one can hear you clearly, then when I think about this sannyasi clothes, it's like another covering. It's
Yeah,
actually funny that you
yeah,
have to put something, to be
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
with your eternal friend and father, and I feel like this, that it's a covering.
Yeah, it is. It is a covering. Yeah. Actually, if you listen to River's thing this morning, it was very nice. Lord Chaitanya was doing this pastime with Nityananda, and so Lord Chaitanya was kind of criticizing but praising Nityananda. He was praising him through criticism. He says, "I'm a sannyasi, and you're making me crazy." He says, if you keep doing this, I'm just going to lose it. And so anyway, the Lord said afterwards, he says about Nityananda's glories, he says, if you don't accept Nityananda, then you're not pleasing me, because it's all, he's the greatest devotee. He's an ecstatic devotee. This is the bottom line is, when you're empowered with this ecstatic worship, uh, and people don't give you respect or honor, which the devotee themselves, it's not they don't get ras off of that. That's why when you're a real guru, man, and you're not getting ras off of praises or blames. There's no they're blaming me. That's a ras. Oh, I feel so elated because they're praising me. No, you get your ras from the taste of the transcendental potency. You taste of worshiping in that Vrindavan mood, worshiping Krishna very intimately. See, there's nectar there. There's life in that. See, that's what we teach here. That's how you become a real guru. If you still get ras from, oh wow, there I get followers. Oh, I get adoration. You're not much different. That's what a lot of gurus are like this. A lot of sannyasis are like this. And you know how I see them? They're not much better than a woman going to a beauty parlor to look good. Women, they go into beauty, they want to be adored. They want to look good, get the nails done. So they walk down the street and everybody's looking at them and they all go, well, what are you dressed in like that? Because you like it inside. Yeah, I like, these gurus, I don't see they also, well, no, but they like it, like, ooh, sannyasis maybe, huh? Ooh, look, they adore me. Oh, I'm an important person to them. I'm so important. See? That everything is reversed here. This is a false ego. Hey, devotees don't think like that. No, they're thinking, wow, the Lord is so important to me. I just so amazing. And then the Lord reciprocates. He gives you more of himself. And then all you want, oh, wow, you're so dear. You're so wonderful, my Lord. Oh, you're so fantastic. That's a devotee's thing, because it's a ras, it's transcendental, it's spiritual. Ooh, it's full of purity. That's purity. If you can love the Lord, man, that's pure. There's nothing more pure than that. Tasting the Lord's, he's full of pure nectar and ecstasy. We dive in that every day. No wonder you don't want to take a day off. Where do you get to dive into nectar every day? That's the vacation. There's no vacation in this world unless you can do that. Dive into the nectar, the ecstatic, rapturous bliss of God in this communion. Even go. I want to go to church. Are you going to go to communion today? What, to get the dry wafer and grape juice when I can get this? Are you kidding? You go take your little dry wafer. You go do your little go get the curtains opening there, and you see the big illustrious Brahmin with the conch shell. Boo, boo, boo. I'll just stay home in my room and blow my own conch and offer this water here, my own water. I don't need to go outside of this room to do my worship. Okay? So I stay in the room and broadcast all over the world. I think we got a bigger temple than that one in Mayapur, wouldn't you say? Look at this. Mayapur can only reach in Mayapur. We're reaching all over. We got Germany here. We got Belgium here. We got America here. We got people watching the replay from Turkey, or who knows, anywhere. India. This temple is bigger than the Mayapur temple. Yeah. And that's and not only that, the curtains, when they open here, you get to see the real darshan and what God really looks like in the spiritual world. You get to see that. You get to see the symptoms of that. Of course, it's subtle in the spiritual world. You don't have physical eyes. But here, through the sound vibration and through hearing and through the transformations in the body, the devotee, you see what's going on there. Because the Lord is coming into this world through the body of that devotee. And you see the transformations, the tears, and all that stuff. Oh man, are you getting a rare sight? You know how big of a trip you got to go on to get to a sight like that? You have to go through all the material coverings: air, fire, water, earth. See, your consciousness has to pierce all that stuff that's covering it. See, and it's a vast amount. So you got to pierce this whole universe. And then you're not finished piercing the universe. You got to pierce the false ego layers as 10 times greater than each other layer to get what you see in this Sangha here. Do we have something special? That's why people, these Vaitis, they don't know. Don't go to Gohari's thing, man. Come back over here and do dry worship. Are you kidding? You have no idea what's here. Piercing all the coverings, just like Vamanadev kicked a hole in the universe. See, what do? You kick the hole in the universe, and the purity comes in here. We do this every day, man. We kick a hole in the universe. All the coverings, man. What do you think is here? Where do you see this? That's why people can't. You got all that gold there. It doesn't look like gold to me because we've never seen it. That's right. You've never seen it. You're in darkness. Yeah. You haven't seen the sons of God. See, we got sons, not only one sun, we've got many suns growing here every day. The sun's getting brighter after a while. Even atheists will say, whoa, man, let's go to the suns. There are many suns and many moons. Yeah. I think I got off track. Did I get off track a little bit? I get a little intoxicated drinking with this special nectar. Go ahead there, Shama-san.
Guru Maharaj, it doesn't matter if you go off track, because yesterday I came from, oh my God, yesterday I had so many nice experiences with Krishna. And then I called Lalita and Bhakta Tom evening to share with them and to hear how it was day.
How come I never get a call?
You will. And then we were talking only about Krishna, only about our experiences and so on, about you. And then after 1 hour, Lalita started to talk the story, to tell a story about some cookies she prepared in the past, as a service. And then Bhakta Tom said, you have to do these cookies. And then Lalita started to think about
the cookies. Well, you faded out to me. I don't know if anybody else is hearing it. Now you're stuck. Sometimes, if you put your camera maybe closer to the where the signal's stronger, that might help. So are you hearing her, or are you hearing me? You hear me? Her? You hear? No, we can't hear you. Oh, go ahead. Now it's working, I think.
No. Sometimes Restream is, stopping. So Lalita started to talk about recipe, 150 sugar, this and this, and I felt like it's transcendental, So it doesn't matter if she talk about Krishna or this recipe and this sugar, because it sounds transcendental. It was really, there was no difference just from Lalita mouth.
Yeah.
So sometimes
That's
you go
right.
off the track, but it's still nice.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad. Yeah. All right, yeah, let's see this next verse here. So I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way favor all the devotees. See, so devotees, see, they're not looking for material favor. They're looking for spiritual favor. You notice? See, if you want material favor, the Lord will send you to materialists. They'll send you to material gurus, even. You know, if you want material things, if you want position, he'll bring you to those kind of persons. See, but the devotees, especially this type, see, this is the Lord attracts specific people here. That's what I was telling this other devotee. I said we do it organically here. We're preaching, we're enjoying the picnic together, and we're doing it before the world, just like Lord Chaitanya did. You know, and enjoying talking about Krishna in our way like this, and then everything will work out. You know, the right people will come. You know, we go and broadcast the message, and just like, you know, people, they come on the street now. I'm doing a little broadcast, and they come, oh wow, this is really great. See, this means a lot to the Lord. These are devotees. They're from their heart, you know. And the student community, they're the last to come because a lot of them are attracted by aversion. You know, so that's an attraction too. They also get purified. See, so everybody benefits. Yeah. The student community were the last. They were criticizing the Lord. They criticize here. You notice they don't know who they're worshiping. Yeah. Sometimes these other people, they come, they're more attracted. They're like, oh wow, that's really nice what you're doing. And then here we got the student community that've been doing austerities for 40 years, and they're like, oh, what is this? I don't like this. Isn't that interesting how God works? See? That's why Nityananda, he was considered the liberator primarily of the low class. They were attracted. See, and because he was, see, when you get a Jesus and you get a Nityananda, and you get this yours truly here, you see, you get them on this planet and preaching in the way that these guys did. The ones who usually come first are the lower classes. See, because the higher classes, the aristocratic Brahmins and sannyasis, they want to be on top. You see, they like that position. They want to grab the head of the snake. The head of the snake is name and fame and all that stuff, adoration. See, the other people are simple, you know. They just pick up the vibration. You know, it's like, wow, you know, it really feels good to be around you. I just feel so good. That's what, you know, so they get Nityananda and Jesus, they liberated the lower classes. And the Pharisees came later. Okay? Same thing with Lord Chaitanya. That's why he did the trick of sannyas to get the student community, the Vaishnava community, you know, that are into, they praise Brahmins and everything and regulation. And so he acted like one. But it was a play. You know, he wasn't, he was Radha and Krishna combined. You know, they're just playing in Vrindavan in ecstasy. Yeah. So the devotees, they want this kind of favor. So we deal with them. You see, like, look at Amy's a good proof of that. She comes and so she wants this closeness with God. She likes this. She feels this is her real family. See? And she just came out of the blue, you know, just out of the world. So the Lord looks at the heart. He knows the heart. See? And then some devotees also that we're doing Vaidhi. There's certain ones in that category. They come here also because, you know, this is the fruit of their austerities to get this. Yeah. Well, look who's here. My favorite disciple. We attracted her away from her other guru too. She even wrote him a letter. I never saw the letter. Why don't you send me the letter? I want to see what you wrote.
I have not written the letter yet.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Well, Krishna will inspire you sometime.
Yeah. At the right time, I will write him and send it the letter to you first.
Oh, good. Yes, I'll proofread it. I'll do the fact checking.
Yes.
So, all right. So then, by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raj, see, isn't that what we talk about? This is all about the pure love of the residents of Raj. It's very pure. It's very wonderful. See, and anybody attracted to if you say, "Wow, that's really great, man. I really like the way you guys are worshiping. I don't maybe understand it, but hey, I want more of that. I also want to worship like Lalita Ganga." See, like this kind of mood, then you're a candidate for this Raghunuga Bhakti. Otherwise, not. Those people who they do austerity sometimes, sannyasis and gurus, and they do regulations and fastings and everything, but they come and they see this, they're not attracted. But if you are, then you're a candidate. It doesn't matter. You're in the world, you followed rules, regulations, or you didn't follow them. If you're attracted to this way of worship, this increased intimacy with the Lord, which causes these transformations, these crazy, wonderful transformations of the body, and you think, oh, this is good. I also like to. I think I want that kind of intimacy, and you come and associate with devotees. You very easily get it if you stick with it. Stick with that association. Okay? Otherwise, these other persons, all they get is they say, well, we're not interested. This is why if you develop faith in what we're preaching here and this association and these devotees like this, oh man, you're very fortunate. Lord Chaitanya said also when he told that there was a Brahmin and he was an aristocratic Brahmin, but he had the mercy of the Lord. He liked hearing the pastimes of Krishna, and he wanted to hear them all the time. So he liked to hear from devotees. And the Lord sent him to Ramananda Roy to hear, who was a Sudra, low-class Sudra. But he listened. He didn't say, I don't care. I want to go and hear the pastimes of the Lord. And the Lord said, you are very fortunate. Not only you, but anybody that is interested in hearing the pastimes of the Lord through a realized soul, you cannot imagine the result that you're going to get. And that goes for you guys here. You're in the same category. If you're attracted to these talks, you cannot imagine the result that you're going to get from that attraction, because this is all transcendental. If you're too much false ego identification, you can't come and listen here. It'll react. You'll bounce off these talks. But if somehow or other your heart is attracted, and that's why Radhe, you feel happy here. So you may not exactly know why, but you just like to hear the voice. You like to see, this is your good fortune. You just go on doing that and you will become perfect. Don't let anybody deviate you, convince you otherwise, because it's all lies after this. It is only attraction if you develop faith in what I'm saying. It's only attraction to this vibration. That's all you need. This is only worship you need. You go on listening to it to where your voice also becomes like that, and you chant these verses, and it'll keep you sustained forever. That's how Narada Muni does it. He chants the holy name. His voice is transformed into nectar. The Lord is using his voice to keep his devotee alive. See? That's what you're going to learn. See? Otherwise, your voice is mundane in the world. See? You come here, you'll be cleansed and all that, and then you'll get the transcendental voice. See? It's very powerful. You can watch this movie Dune. It's very interesting. This is the reflection of that. These guys in Dune had the see how everything I see reminds me of Krishna, and I love it. When you see that, then you can go through the world and you stay safe. And it's great for preaching, because now I can use a great example. In Dune, they had a special voice. See, they could speak. Two people, they were in this priest line. It's a priest line, and they got this powerful special voice where they can speak to people and they can control their actions. They would have to do what they want to do. See, like this. So that's the perverted reflection. This is like what people want. They want people to control them. That's actually what they're doing now in society. They got all this high tech stuff and whoopie doo. Let us use it on the masses and let's put it in the program the masses in the TV and the mass media, and they do our bidding. See, this is wanting to be God on earth, and they have it wrong. You guys are so stupid, man. That's demoniac. Stupid, dumb, and dumber. Here you get your voices by hearing, you're purified, and your voice becomes transcendental to the point where you control God. You call Radha and Krishna and they come, and then you're happy. Now, you can't get a better deal than that. In the movie, it's the perverted reflection. They speak the thing and they control bodies and minds. BFD. This is what Bill Gates and Fauci's and all of these politicians want to do: control the masses, and that's their Ross. And it's win lose. You become a slave, they become a master, and they've been doing this for eons. And then they're attached to that, and they come back again and do it again, and again, and again, and again. See? Here, devotees, they line up to take birth here in Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, man, because they use their voice to track God to this world and deliver it. What do you think we're doing here? Look at you guys. You're an example of the beginning, first fruits of deliverance of this world. See? Simply because of the voice. See? And your voices are big. Look at Lalita Ganga's voice. Man, it's amazing. Very attractive. She calls Radha and Krishna and they come. See? That's wealth, man. That's the treasure. You call and God comes, and then you become benefited. You become purified. You become happy. And not only that, you give happiness to devotees. And then you give unhappiness to non-devotees, which becomes happiness ultimately. Everybody gets purified. You become like all the words of the scripture. You become like that great scripture of Jesus Christ. If the Son of Man is lifted up on a pole, he will deliver all men unto them. He will draw all men unto them. You become like that. See, you become that Son of God. Son of Man is Krishna coming up the pole, man. Comes right up in here and explodes out. And then you become attractive to all beings in this world. Some people will hate you, and some people will love you, and some people will be indifferent. These three states. Okay? Okay? But that's what you do. Now you're what's called an eternally liberated soul. We come here to make eternally liberated souls. Anybody interested? Raise your hand. Yeah. Go, how you say, oh, yeah, I say because we do here. We do the job. We clean toilets, wash pots, everything. The Sudra stuff, and it works. People become eternally liberated souls. But you got to have the toilet cleaned and the pots washed. And these gurus, of course, Sanya, they would never do so. No, wash pots for us. No, give it to God.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Picture is frozen. Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna is back.
Krishna. Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Are we back? I think so, huh? Or are we? Oh, what I probably need to do is refresh this. Let's try it like this here. All right, we're back, huh? Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Forgot what I said, but that's okay. All right. Then by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raj. See, why wouldn't anybody be attracted to purity? Pure love, man. That's what you see here. This is pure love. Pure love is you worship God without any material motive. It's so juicy, man, just to chant his name and to taste that nectar that's in Radha and Krishna's name, to taste their love for each other. That's it, man. That is so pure. That'll keep you going for your whole, life here and in the next world, wherever you go, man. And you're free. Freedom. You're like Narada Muni. Next life, you get a transcendental body, you get a little vina in your hand, maybe a japa bag. Depends on what you like to do. Yeah, drums. You have drumsticks in her hand, man. She'll be drumming along, going all over the universe with drums. Why not? Whatever way you like to worship the Lord. Yeah, the pure love of the gopis. Yeah. See, by hearing. You see how important it is to hear? If you don't come here, if you don't hear here, you're not going to get it. You're not going to even know what the pure love is. You got to hear about it from experienced devotees who are diving into this nectar. And you could see that they know what they're talking about. People don't know. There's a guy writing a book about Raghunuga Bhakti. Can you imagine? But he doesn't know what he's talking about. He can't taste this nectar. Matter of fact, he's adverse. Can you imagine? Guy writes a book about Rupa Goswami's nectar, Raghunuga Bhakti, and then he hates what we do, preaches against it. Well, he's attracted, I guess. But you see, people don't know what is an experienced devotee. No, you got to be tasting this nectar. And then you preach by revelation and realization. Now it's solid, right? That's real knowledge, man. That's chit. You got to get the chit, and not the shit. See, there's a subtle difference between shit and shit. Shit is the opposite. All that speculation, man. That's shit. The guy writes a book and then he doesn't like what we're doing. He doesn't approve of it. See, that's the shit. And we got the chit. So people go after that. Yeah. Pure love of the residents of Raj. See? That's it, man. Resident, another key word, isn't it? Resident of Raj. Where are you a resident? You come here, you're going to be a resident of a very special world. Yeah. See, if you like these talks here, because all we do is these verses are what you hear here. You see and hear and experience what the verses are talking about. After a while, you'll be able to relate to them too. This is all called purification. You got to hear these verses from the mouth of a real devotee, man, an associate of the Lord. Then you get it. Otherwise, I hear this over and over again from you guys. Yeah, I read it for 40 years, and now everything you're saying, it springs back now I'm getting it. Johan, Janaki, they read the book so many times, and then they said, now I'm getting it. Yeah, because you got to hear it. See, here, by hearing. You notice? It doesn't say by reading, does it? It's by hearing. See? I had people, they tell me, even in the Sangha before, they're not purified enough. I got to read more. I can't come to your class because I need to read more. Are you kidding? Are you an illusion? You got to hear these. You got to get purified of that nonsensical concept, because that ain't conclusive. You come here, you're going to be conclusive. You won't hate. Not hate. You'll be indifferent. You'll think, oh, that is so inconclusive. You'll listen to gurus and sannyasis and earthly gods. There are earthly gods here, and people think, oh, they're saying so many things. You'll look at that and say, boy, that ain't conclusive. Already some people are doing that here. You listen to these gurus and say anything, that ain't conclusive. I listen to the best of gurus that people praise here. Oh, he's such a great Vaishnava guru. Oh, he's such a pure devotee. I listen to the thing. I said, ain't nothing. That ain't very good. That ain't an associate of the Lord. If you're really, really, really close with Lord Chaitanya, you will have some very pristine revelation and realizations. I had to finally come to the conclusion and face the facts that most people are not going to understand what I say. Even though I think it's pretty clear what I say, they have to go through purification. That's what, so you guys are doing it. And like Rade, it took her a while and now see, this is a symptom of purification. I feel life from this talk. Say, well, yeah, because I do, because all devotees do. Why not? I'm just here serving my Lord, man. He's enjoying this and I enjoy what he enjoys. He loves conclusiveness and so does his devotees. And if you're liking it, that means it's purification. Because I had to preach for 25 years before somebody would show up here, or 20 years. I was preaching to that microphone just relishing it. But gradually, the place gets purified, the universe, and people start coming in one by one. This is a sacrifice we're doing. Can you imagine when you say sacrifice, you usually, oh, that's tough, man. Sacrifice. I got to lose something, right? Here, what's a sacrifice, man? A sacrifice is not even like a sacrifice. It's only like that in the beginning. When you come here, the Lord starts stealing away your clothes and you think that's a sacrifice. Oh, I'm sacrificing so hard. Some days I don't like to hear from Gohari, man, because it's a sacrifice. I have to give up more clothing. I don't know if I want to do that. You got to give up my black hole. Yeah. Well, it's really good. At least you know that you're looking in a black hole. A lot of people don't know. They're looking in darkness all the time and they think, oh, this is life. This is the life. And then the Lord starts destroying it like now. You notice? He's all destroying the darkness. And you thought that was light before and he's destroying it. And now he's going to put you in another kind of darkness and see if you get it. He's going to put you in the metaverse with all these cartoons in there. Metaverse. You're gonna go in there with the VR glasses, and it's like you're in you can be anything. You can be Superman or Supergirl. You can all your false ego stuff you can act out in there, and you'll think, and it's just another illusion. You want to be something, you're a wannabe. Oh, I can realize whatever dream I want in there. That's how they're gonna sell it to you. But it's another illusion. Everybody's looking for love in all the wrong places. It's here, my friends. This is the metaverse. See, this is beyond the universe. Meta, beyond. This is beyond the universe. It kind of looks like this one, but not. It's the pure version. Yeah, we work for the Lord's goals. What is people say, oh, I'm here to teach, even the new age teachers. I'm here to teach people how to realize their goals and have their intentions to do and to be and attract. It's always about the body, wealth, some prestige or beautiful man or woman. And see, as all this is all material, mundane. Isn't it? It's such a relief, man. I just get on the Lord's mission. I love his mission is bigger than any mission. You cannot conceive or dream about a mission bigger than Krishna. His mission is what you see here, is what you're going to get here and what you're going to do here, man. You're going to do the Lord's mission. It is so attractive to taste the nectar of God. Holy Grail, man. That's the Lord. I did tell you, it's just so amazing to do that, and you won't want to do anything else. And at the same time, you effortlessly deliver the world just by drinking from that cup, that holy cup, tasting the bread and butter of life. What more do you need? Everybody you become stronger than Atlas. Atlas has a hard time lifting the world. And you lift the world out of the water of illusion just by having fun, man. I do it by having fun. This is all effortless now and becoming more effortless. This is what the Lord trained to teach us. You become like a representative of him, his rep. If people want Lord Chaitanya's love of Krishna, you got to go through those who represent it in this world, even now in 2021, 550. If you don't represent that love now, where people can see it, man, people can feel it, people can hear that vibration and get purified to access it, then it's non-existent here. It just becomes a speculative dream of some person's speculation on what it is. That's why, hey, man, don't be impressed by anybody's, their talks about Krishna, unless they got some deep feelings, man. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of blah, 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 literally blah, blah, blah. And I includes gurus. I hear even people are saying, wow, that was really good what you said. Really? Well, where's the emotional backing of realizing these verses? Otherwise, it ain't very good. See, it attracts people there. And then in their lives, they're usually pedophiles or some other bullshit. Yeah, that's what you get for being a guru without being proper guru. You become weird. This is not weird. This ecstatic worship is not weird at all. It's God's greatest treasure. Hasn't he showed it? You guys call yourselves devotees there in Vaidhi land? And here you see this ecstatic worship and you call it crazy? And you think it's, like I heard some guru now who says, I'm going to tie up all my devotees and I'm going to steal this stuff that they have. They want to shoot into your arms. Just shoot it up. I'm going to go steal it and put it in every Vaishnava. You are nutso, man. What kind of guru are you? You're destroying your own disciples and they believe you and that's the result they get. That's the kind of gurus you got now. Fools, man, rascals and fools. And you believe it. I'm going to destroy that conception. I'll prove it, man. Unless they have pure love of worship, pure worship, man, they're fools. They're fools to take that position as a Vaishnava guru and get these titles, divine graces, and be worshipped and everything. You are worshiping rascals. You are a fool for doing that. You're lucky I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't like it, go worship the fool some more. And you won't get what Lalita Ganga gets. Or Johans and others who have faith in this preaching and faith that this is necessary incidental activity to destroy your illusion. I'm sorry, man. You don't come up to the gold standard. Why is anybody following it? You can give up such gurus. I don't care who they are, man. The Bhagavatam says it's a necessity. If you find the real path, somebody pumping in Shuddha Bhakti in this world, giving them up is glorious. Otherwise, you will not get glory in this world. If you got anybody, any guru out here, we're here to do the test. If anybody is adverse to what we're preaching in, they're an illusion, man. Give it up and you'll be better for it. You'll find the real Vrindavan, the real Garden of Eden. Because we have. That's why I'm not standing for it. Anybody preaching about there's a divine grace out there, well, prove it, man. Otherwise, I ain't going to accept it. And I don't even want to hear that preaching around here. It doesn't come on my watch here. When I'm dead, then you guys can preach all you want, all the bullshit. Hide the path again. And then somebody will have to come like this to reveal it. Take all these brambles off that you put on. But while I'm here, you're going to get the truth. You can't take it. Get the hell out. Go over and worship these guys for more lifetimes. Those who silver tongue, flowery words, all that stuff, but can't do anything. And what they do is usually pretty bogus. You understand what I'm talking about? They have no value here. You have faith in this words, you will be able to give up this weakness of heart. Weakness of heart is believing in those who are non-liberated souls, who don't have the symptoms of being transcendental personalities, like the books. I'm just teaching by the book, man. The book says, you read chapter 1 and you'll see everything I'm saying is in there, but people don't put that standard up. They have a lower standard. They believe in checklists. They believe in non-liberated gurus or mode of goodness gurus because they do austerities and all that. Hey man, that ain't good enough. You'll never be good enough. That's the thing. It's a good enough path. You notice? Oh, you got to deserve first before you desire. See, you got to be good enough. You got to attain Krishna this way. The wrong way, really. This is the right way. This is the quick way. Everything else is slow path. Many lifetimes. Didn't the gurus promise it? You consider the highest gurus. Narayan Raj says, after many lifetimes, then you can get prema. Well, you want to follow that path? You want to follow this path? Yeah. What is this? You guys, you're not smart. You know, look at Bali Maharaj. He gave up his guru who could raise the friggin' dead. Dead bodies he could raise, but he couldn't raise a spiritual body like Vamanadev, like we do here. Either Gaur Hari Das, the Lord is using him to raise the spiritual bodies of people in this world. Look, you're proof of it. Many of you already, you feel the Krishna's being raised in you, man, raised up. So you can see him, that you can relate to him. See? And you become like that. You're in the real line, and you'll continue the line like that. You'll raise up the spiritual bodies of others. Yeah. Great. See, that's the thing. See, Bhagavatam's teaching all that. Look at the wives of the Brahmins. They gave up their worship and their following, and they believing in the word of Brahmins, of their gurus, were their husbands. Hey, I'm just teaching Bhagavatam. I'm teaching you the confidential purport. If you can't believe in this preaching, you're not believing in real Bhagavatam. Go listen to those who don't do the Bhagavatam, don't understand the Bhagavatam. Go listen to the silver-tongued, flowery persons. Go think that they're on the same platform of this preaching. See, you failed. You failed the test. Many Prabhupada disciples, they couldn't understand. And they went to the God Brothers preaching. Even though the Prabhupada said, my God Brothers are fourth class, third class devotees. They didn't believe him. No, let's go to the God Brothers. I'm not putting them down. I'm just telling you, most people don't understand. They don't have the kind of conviction that Prabhupada had to stay with him. Like he stayed with his guru. He knew there's a lot of bullshit going on, you know? A lot of Prabhupada's God Brothers, they left Bhaktisiddhanta for something lower. See, people come here. Well, what are you talking about? You know, they say you're leaving Prabhupada. No, anybody ask Janaki. She said, now I understand Prabhupada better. Ask Johan. Now I understand Prabhupada better. God, we build on Prabhupada's foundation. Why? Because the same Krishna preaching here. You notice? You got to prove that. The only difference is the teaching here is the next stage. See, the next stage is Raganuga, and then right into spontaneous ecstatic worship, completing your all your lifetimes of being in this world is complete, finished. And now you're even while you're in this world, you taste the nectar. See, the nectar is the happiness of talks about Krishna. Hey, what is the difference between you, Radhe, and Shukadev Goswami? He was enjoying the talks from his guru. And you are also. And you can't just enjoy these talks because sannyasis and gurus can't enjoy these talks. You have to be called to them. You have to get mercy of the devotees. Like you got the mercy of your husband, actually. He has faith in what we're doing here. See? So like the wives of the Brahmins, they came back. Krishna sent them back. You know, he says, I'm here. I'm a Leela avatar. It wouldn't be good for you to just stay in Vrindavan. Go out and preach this. Go out there and deliver some people. Go to start with your husbands. And they came back and they worshiped in ecstatic love like you see here, because we represent that. And the husband thought, whoa, look at this. They attained the highest goal of life. They were converted. See, people don't know, so they got to teach them. So the real Bhagavatam is just what I said in this lecture. If you listen, if you're there worshiping gurus out there in ISKCON or wherever you are, whatever Vaidhi land you're in, and you listen to this video over and over again, you'll understand that this is in the real Bhagavatam, and what they say is not yet there. They also need to come here and listen. The real path is the real Bhagavatam, the real Gita. See, the real one. See, only those who worship like Bhagavad Gita 10:10 with ecstatic love know it. See? And when they preach it, people get delivered. See, because you get the real understanding and the real knowledge to go back to Godhead. Yeah. There she is. Hey. All right. So by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raj, devotees will worship me on the path of spontaneous love. Now, aren't we actually teaching this? Isn't this really it? Yeah. You're hearing about the love of the resident of Raj, and you see, you will worship the Lord on the path of spontaneous love. Isn't that nice? It's a path. This is the path of prema here being taught. Okay? Otherwise, you're doing something else, some other path. See, so when you hear this, you see these two verses are very significant. The Lord said, I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way favor the devotees. And then the next verse is, then by hearing. See, then by hearing. See, because he's tasting the essence of all these rasas, powering up, getting the power, the spiritual dunamis power, the revelation, the realization, and then speaking about the glories of this love, the glories of tasting this kind of bhakti that the residents taste. See, and you're listening and you're thinking, wow, this is really great. This is very interesting. Oh, I like this. And then you have spiritual experiences. See, spirit starts to come into your heart. See, Jesus said, my words are not material. My words are spirit. Life. My words are life. I have an abundance of that. See, that's where you got to meet a guru who's like an Antasesh, man, always preaching the glories of the Lord, never stopping, because so interesting, so full of life and connection and revelation. See, but what good does an Antasesh do? He's out there in spirit land somewhere. See, that's why Anantasesh came in the form of Nityananda and Balaram to preach in the world, to deliver the world. That's why we're here. We're part of that group, man. We're in the succession. See, that's why succession. See, only will you succeed in your Krishna consciousness by finding the succession. The succession. That's the real thing. We're in the real succession. Devotees will succeed by coming here and hearing these wonderful talks. Radhe, look at her. She's getting it. See, doesn't that make sense? Yeah. Succession, success. You want success in Krishna consciousness? All you have to do is find the real succession. Oh, you think Prabhupada's group there, you think those gurus or teachers or sannyasis are in the succession? Well, they have to have the same bhakti that Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, Rupa Goswami, Gorkha Joris Babaji had. They have to have that. They have to be a son of that. Here, lighting up the world with that. Okay? That's a real succession. See, that's why devotees succeed here. Everybody's going that way. They stay Avaidi and die Avaidi. You come here, you change and transform, man. You feel spiritual emotions arising. The book Bhagavat, you become a devotee Bhagavat. You become a representative of these verses. First, as a real disciple like Maharaj Parikshit. See? And then a recipient of that mercy, and then a real guru like Shukadev Goswami. Yeah, people get life from you because you've got this life. You know the path. You went in the real door. The real door is the devotee, right? You go in that door, you get immersed, and you're eating all this transcendental grass now, and you're powering up and becoming more and more ecstatic. And then you go and throw that light into the world. Shed that light. See, shed the light. See, but it's not like you shed it and it's gone. That's the world. Here you shed it and it increases. That's spirit, man. It's like that. See, there's no hindrance in spirit. It's very fast, very flowing, very free. The only hindrance of spirit here in my preaching is the body. It just, kind of wears out a little bit. It has to rest up. You have to sleep. That's why there's nothing wrong with sleeping. Don't think it's about overcoming sleep. That's all this sannyasi bullshit. No, I feel treasure sleeping, and I don't have to sleep so much, man. I get up this morning. I really got up early too, like 12:30. I'm like, this is sleep. Doesn't matter. You got to sleep. You got to eat. You got to do all these things, normal things. It's okay. No hindrance. While you have a body. Can you imagine you get a transcendental body? Then there's no hindrance. Just all the time flowing life and energy into the world like Narada Muni. Yeah. But anyway, we got a taste for that. Isn't it great? Wonderful. The Lord gives us that's our food, man. We're able to eat the bread of life with butter on it. Not eating Krishna's the bread of life, right? Well, if there's no butter on it, then it's, you know what it is? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. I did my duty. With the butter is Hare Krishna, Hare. Oh man, this is like I'm swimming in this ocean of nectar. Now that's bread and butter. See, that's what you can get here. Anybody interested? Any you Vites out there interested? Okay, well, we'll keep on preaching. Maybe we'll get you buttered up a little bit. We're here to butter everybody up. Isn't that true? I'm just here to butter you up, man. Got a lot of ghee, man. Just slop that ghee on people, man. Just that the ecstatic worship is the butter, man. Yeah. See? What happened here? Oh, yeah. Hearing the bloodline. Abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruitive activity. See, religiosity, that's what Vaishnavism at this point. See, religiosity, you got to do all these rituals, right? Doesn't your ex-guru in Shamasan and all of yours ex-gurus, they're big on rituals. Yeah. Do you want to say something? Go ahead.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. This time, after this purification, last purification, I got it. You will call the sentiment, but it felt really, really real. I missed my Diksha Guru, and I missed Vrindavan, and I missed these temples, and I missed these deities, and then I realized. And then I thought about my guru and about these rules and how he pushed me down every time when I had this bliss, every time he pushed me down. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, I realized that what I'm missing was my devotion to him, because I really loved him, this devotion. And this all temple things, these rituals, being with deities and being with Vrindavan, there were devotion, there was Radha. So this is what I'm missing, not those things, because it's right, we are getting
Yeah, your signal is weak. We
You
can't hear you. Yeah, your signal is really weak.
the
You're cut.
devotees we are getting this explosion places and people.
Yeah. I missed a lot of that because your signal is weak. You can go again. I think your signal's stronger now. Say it again.
I was saying missing this devotion, this what was happening with me during being in
Oh, yeah.
Vrindavan, during being in the temples, you know. I was always amazed by the deity. I was looking always into her eyes very deeply, you know, and I felt like some stream of energy, like she was healing me, she was purifying me, and
Yeah.
I can only talk about this here easily, you know. But even
Yeah.
when we stand in front of this altar, I felt like other people are looking at me with these eyes. Maybe I am pretending, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't feel that I can be, you know, everything there with these deities. I felt this pressure of minds, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's people still on the mind level.
Guru Maharaj, yeah, this is my level. I will ask you from my level. Do you miss sometimes Vrindavan, this place on this earth planet, this external place? You were in India's.
I never leave Vrindavan. That's so. How can I miss it? This is my Vrindavan here. Vrindavan is a mood. It's a worship. How can you miss Vrindavan when you're in Vrindavan? This is if I would miss Vrindavan if I stop this, if this kind of worship stops, if I can't taste this nectar of Vrindavan, this is the nectar of Vrindavan, then I probably want to go to the Vrindavan out there. But I don't miss Vrindavan because this is Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan is this worship. What I'm doing here is what the gopis do, what the residents do. What you're seeing here is what Vrindavan. You can go to Vrindavan, you don't see this worship. You're not really seeing the real Vrindavan yet. You come here, you see more what real Vrindavan is because you see it's a mood. See, it's a way of worship and intimacy with Krishna. See, that's what Advaita, when Lord Chaitanya externally said, "Oh, Nityananda misled me, took me away from Vrindavan. I was going to Vrindavan. I'm going to take me away from Vrindavan." And Advaita said the real fact: wherever you are is Vrindavan. Your way you worship in this ecstatic worship is Vrindavan. See, so you don't have to go any place to do it. You just engage in that service. This is what Jesus was basically saying. The Lord is you have to go to the temple, you have to go on pilgrimage to the holy place, holy mountain to worship God. See? But the Lord is looking for worship in spirit and truth. See, this is the thing. This is even my ex-wife. She basically was always kept up saying this. Why did you leave Vrindavan? Why did you leave Vrindavan? And I'm giving my classes, everything. What are you talking about leaving Vrindavan? I never leave Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan. You know, people, they're so got this external thing so stuck in their minds, but it's not the way it is. You come. This is better than going to Vrindavan because here you look at you. There are people in Vrindavan their whole lives, and they don't get what Lalita Ganga's got, or you got, or any other advancing devotee gets. They're doing still slow, even though they're in Vrindavan. Shows you proof is in the pudding. Hey, Krishna, I'm just teaching what the book teaches. Krishna says, my devotees, my ecstatic devotees of your caliber. That's the caliber you got here, my friends. Your devotees of that caliber, the ecstatic ones like Akura and Uddhava, the ones who chant holy names with ecstasy like you got here, are virtual places of pilgrimage. They go and purify holy places. They purify impious places. It doesn't matter. Wherever they are is purifying these places. They're ecstatic worship. Yeah. My holy places purify after a long time. My deity purifies after a long time. Taking bath in the Ganga purifies after a long time. Purifies after a long time in the Yamuna. But just seeing you devotees, You purify just by being seen, much less heard from or served. Yeah, so I'm just preaching Bhagavatam, man. See, did I say anything that's outside of that? No, in was it the Advaita Acharya book about his glories, written by Ishan. There was a pastime where I think it was Gopal, one of those devotees. Gopal said he was in ecstasy, and then Lord Chaitanya was there, and then Lord Chaitanya was saying, I need to go to Vrindavan. I need to go to Vrindavan. And Gopal, whatever that devotee says, oh, you just say that for the neophytes. You encourage the neophytes to go there. Because if you go there, then, you're in a holy place. And, there's benefits, like going to a temple, there's benefit. And you feel, matter of fact, you can feel often this Brahman atmosphere there. But that's created automatically in Sadhu Sangha. The atmosphere of Vrindavan is created here. What do you think? And that's why I say anyone attracted to this Vrindavan, the real Vrindavan, is very fortunate, because people go there and they do lots of rituals, like you were saying. See, they go there and the ritualistic people are there. They're looking at you from the mind. Are you doing all the rules right? Did you follow properly in the temple? Are you wearing right clothes? You go to Mayapur. Do you have shorts on? You can't wear shorts in the temple, and they're looking at your dress code and all this other stuff. It's all external. Can you imagine? I mean, compare it. I mean, use your brain. That's going on there in the holy place. You think that's going on here? No, it's all internal worship, man. You learn what you can't learn over there. Now, of course, once you're an ecstatic devotee, now that's different. See? Ecstatic devotees, when I go there, it increases my devotional service a little. I do it a little bit more, just somehow or other, just kind of there. But that's kind of the full picture of that a little more. And now another thing is, like even Prabhupada said, if you're too neophyte, don't stay in Vrindavan very long, because you'll commit offenses and they cause like punishments. See, just like here, people wonder, why am I miserable at the time? Yeah, well, it's because you still got darkness in you and you commit offenses to advanced devotees. You wonder why, why am I still mundane and I'm chanting? Well, God, you go to to the advanced devotees and you offend them, or you call them terrible names and stuff like that. What the hell do you expect? You're going to get punished. You're going to get spanked. That's called more neophyte. That's the neophyte in us. You have to get it out. See? And then as you're in this, then you realize to get the the goodwill of the devotees, you don't go and criticize them or call them the F words and stuff like that people are doing here. That's a sign of being a neophyte, very neophyte. That's what these Vaides do here. The Vaides do that. They go, oh, go hard. You see, they criticize, but they won't get, they're just, they're just going to get spanked for doing it. It's good for them. We, sometimes spare the rod, spoil the child. That's why you get spanked here. Why? Well, when you start giving up that false ego and the envies and jealousies and all that stuff, or whatever is doing it, and you just stay on the higher platform of worship, like worshiping the devotees. You see me condemning Lalita Ganga or anything? So if anybody else is, why would I condemn? When Radha and Krishna are living in her body, then my lords are there. It's just yeah. So if you're doing that or anybody's doing that here, you're in just an illusion, man. If you wonder why Krishna's spanking you or putting you feeling like an outsider, hey, man, that's just what happens. That's your lesson. And if when you learn it and you realize, oh, let me get this out, or you pray, just pray to God, Lord, I don't want to be like this. I want to love the devotees. I want to, I want to serve them. I want to help them. So anyway, we're getting to that stage where, if you wonder why you feel like an outsider or you're feeling pushed, it's usually because of that, and you're getting purified, and just stick with it, and eventually by and by it'll be gone. And then I notice for me, I'm treating the devotees better, especially when I see God is manifesting in them. And if he's not, I'm here to teach people what is the difference, because people don't know. They don't know, and they're going to hell because of it, or they stay on the lesser platform, the lower platforms of worship. They stay ritualistic their whole life because they don't know where the gold is. I got to teach them where the gold is. And what is gold? What is the nature of gold? The nature of gold is the worship you see here, the realizations you get here. See? And if it's not anywhere else, then this is the place to get. If you're really greedy, you want Vrindavan, like they teach in books, is a place of greed, spiritual greed. You got to go where the greed is, where greedy devotees are. Otherwise, there's no other access point to it. Radhe's going, wow.
Yeah, I'm going, wow. Because I'm thinking about my time in Vrindavan,
Uh-huh.
the races with the rickshaws to the temple, we won. Loy Bazaar, I went to an Ayurvedic doctor and he said, I am full of love, and then give me 52 pills to heal.
Uh-huh.
And I bought a black Krishna deity and I want him back. I'm gonna get him back. My black
Good.
Krishna deity. I miss
Good.
him.
Good.
Now I
Yes.
miss him,
Yeah.
Ooh,
Should
you-
get him back.
I realized so much now. I was on the Yamuna River. I was a
Uh-huh.
boatswoman on the Yamuna River, and I remember so much every street in Vrindavan. And Vrindavan is now in my heart, but I want my deity back.
Yeah. Good. Go get him.
Yeah, yeah, and I also want to say that I'm not a reader, but I'm more a listener.
Yeah.
And when I
Good for
listen to
you.
you, I understand more than reading.
Yeah. Well, that's the way that's the process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I'm afraid to talk, but now I want to say it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. And I see Lalita and Jan and Tom and all Johanneke tomorrow.
All right. That's great.
Yeah. We're gonna have a big party.
Radha, can you put your camera a little bit lower that we see your mouth and smile?
Yeah.
Please?
Good.
Oh.
There.
Camera
There you
in
go.
whole face. Yes, now. Perfect.
Now we see it. Yeah. It's good.
Okay. I was not
Yeah.
aware of it. No.
Yeah. That's okay. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I
Yeah.
just love you all. Thanks
Oh,
for being there every day for me, for my husband. He's upstairs.
yeah.
And yeah, he's great.
It's a
Thank you.
win-win. Yeah.
Yeah, always a win-win situation.
Yeah. I love it.
I love you too.
Yeah. Wonderful. So
You're my best
Christian.
friend at the moment.
Oh, good. All right. Yes.
Yeah. And I think Jan and Tom are sleeping.
No, they're not. They're awake. They're just relaxing.
Okay. So I'm gonna mute my camera now because I've said too much.
No, that's good. Thank you for sharing. It's great.
Yeah. Thank you for allowing me to come in the class.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Anybody else
Yeah.
wants to come, please do. Yeah. So anyway, this is the idea. Is like when devotees are at the point where they see, they ask, okay, is there anything more than this ritualistic worship? But they got to see devotees worshiping like this, and some will, not everybody. People think, no, I like my ritual worship, and they stay with it. But some people, they see this and they think, oh wow, this is the okay. Vaidi was okay, but this is looks better. And then you start coming and you get the taste, and then you can just naturally abandon the rituals because you don't need them anymore. It's all in the taste. This is the highest purification you can get is tasting the nectar of God Himself. This is when Jesus said, "I'm the bread of life." See, the bread of life is God. It's His name for us. Our access is His name and His pastimes and His qualities. But it's transcendental. You got to be awakened to appreciate it. See, you got to be around awakened devotees to appreciate it. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're not awakened on the spiritual platform, you cannot awaken others. You won't have the power to do it. You won't, if you're not conscious is not raised to the spiritual platform of deep attraction to the transcendental name and pastimes of the Lord, you cannot awaken the spiritual consciousness. It's just logical. You won't have the spiritual power to do that. That's why the real line is carried on through the ecstatic devotees. It's an ecstatic line. Look at Madhavinda Puri. Madhavinda Puri was the first one. He said, Prabhupada said in the purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is hardly any symptoms of love of God in this world until Madhavinda Puri brought not only love of God, but conjugal level of love of God, very deep ecstasy. And then Ishvara Puri and some others, they served their guru, they believed in their guru's word, and they got this also. Awakened, see, raised their spiritual consciousness to the ecstatic world. And as soon as Madhavinda Puri chanted Hare Krishna in ecstasy, the Lord was there and came and said, because of your ecstatic love, I'm going to deliver the world. How does He do that? He awakens people's spiritual body. That means you get spiritual taste. You get a spiritual tongue. You can see that this is real food, that the word of Jesus Christ is the bread of life. You know it, you feel it, you taste it. Otherwise, it's just words to you. It's hidden. No butter, no realization, no real bread. See? You got to get the real bread. But you need real butter for that, not margarine. See, the people just using margarine right now. Margarine is full of all kinds of garbage. It does. It's not. It's not this. It's not. You need ghee actually. Even butter has some impurities. The Lord will give you the ghee. See, purified, clarified butter. That's that taste, pure taste. This will destroy all our illusions. Okay? Without this pure taste for the Lord's transcendental body, its name, His pastimes, we cannot destroy the illusion. It's only destroyed by this taste. That's why you see this is rocket ship stuff, rocket fuel. See? The other paths are slow, snails inching along. You ever see a snail house? It'll never cross, but it eventually crosses the road. And here you just jump over the Maya. Just easy. So Krishna manifests His eternal human-like form and performs pastimes to show mercy to the devotees. See? So that's why, okay, Krishna did that, right? 550 years ago and 5,000 years ago to show mercy to the devotees. So first it was mercy to the highest devotees. See, Vrindavan devotees show the highest mercy, right? Then the Lord said, I've never given this to the public for a long time. Let me do that. Then He comes as Lord Chaitanya. See, in a human-like form. It's human, but not, it's human-like. See, it looks like human. It has human body. He passed stool, he passed urine, it's even said he passed it on the prasadam of Murari Gupta. See, it's human-like. See, but it's also has divinity in it. It has that special ability. See, to taste what is of the spiritual world must come. Otherwise, nobody knows. Everybody's bumping around in the darkness of Maya. They're bumping into this wall. That's that path, something else, something in the darkness. They're bumping into the Modi people everywhere. They're just wandering around in darkness, literally. Where is the light in this world? It's the devotees. Even now, because Lord Chaitanya is unmanifest. Radha and Krishna unmanifest. Everybody's just speculating on them now. Oh yeah, Radha Krishna, checklists, all this Guru Tattva checklist. Yeah, I'm Guru Dave. Yeah, you got any ecstatic devotion? No. What's that? No. That's not our standard anymore. So everybody's in some level of darkness. Oh yeah, well, good. The only good thing about you guys, you have faith in the name of Krishna, but you sure can't taste it. No butter on your bread. No butter on Krishna, man. You're not buttering up Krishna. You got to butter him up, man. Okay? So everybody bumping around in darkness. So the devotees they empower devotees when they come here and they give the light, man. They just don't hold it back. Like right now, we're not in a hold back phase. We're not in a holding phase. We're in an expressive phase. See, express the light. They express the truth. Set people free with this truth. It's in the book, right? I'm just telling you what's in the book. Isn't it great? I just, that's my teleprompter. I got the book there. Yeah, I just look at the book and then the other teleprompter comes, the Lord, he says, oh yeah, look at this, show them this, yeah, speak about this, yeah, butter that bread up there, man. Yeah, I know real stream creates the problems. Okay, yeah. See, human-like form and performs his pastimes to show mercy to the devotees. So what was his pastimes as Lord Chaitanya? He did different things to show different levels of mercy, right? Even with Prabhupada, it shows another level, doing pastimes to show mercy, show the deity worship, go to the temples, build the temples, work for Krishna, all that stuff, right? Shows mercy to the devotees to that extent. How did the Lord Chaitanya show mercy to the devotees? He showed them the highest worship. Worship according to the spirit of truth. See, the spirit, the butter, man, the devotion, prema worship. How to engage quickly in that. Come and associate with my real ecstatic devotees who are preaching prema worship, spontaneous love of the gopis, just like the book teaches right there. You're getting postgraduate teaching right now. Okay? So these are the Lord's human-like pastimes in an empowered way because we're doing what he did. What his pastimes were, he was tasting the nectar in the holy name, right? Chanting Hare Krishna in ecstasy. And what are we doing here? Also the Lord's pastimes. Yeah, we're chanting, the Lord's empowering us to chant holy name in ecstasy like him. I don't know. I'm probably doing too much, but it's kind of hard to stop. It's just, it's only 3 verses. It's only 3 verses, but already a couple hours. Yeah. So to show mercy to the devotees. And see what kind of mercy is the Lord showing. He came as Lord Ramachandra, showed more of a little affectionate worship for the Lord, but in a more restrained way, right? And then he comes in Dwarkadish, also a little more worship and intimacy and attachment with knowledge of opulences. And then he comes as Radha, like Krishna, and then Radha there, and shows another kind of pastime with more mercy for those kind of devotees, but it was exclusively to them. Then he comes as Lord Chaitanya to show mercy to the devotees. But what kind of mercy is he showing? Oh my God. He's showing how to taste this nectar of Vrindavan that the gopis showed, the conjugal mellow. See, so they went to him and they got that mercy. And the same thing here. Look at what kind of mercy are we empowered to distribute here? The same kind of mercy he did 500, the conjugal, this intense taste for the name to the brings pouring tears, ecstatic laughter, and all this revelations and realizations of rapturous communion with God. My God, but the more I think about how much mercy is here, isn't it astounding, Roddy? My God, I couldn't, it's like hard to fathom. But we fathom it. We dive into it every day. See? To show mercy on the devotees. Now, having heard such pastimes, one should engage in service to him. See? But it's not a should thing. It could be. You know when it gets to be a should thing? When you get deviated. Okay. It's a, hey man, when you start hearing these pastimes and you start seeing this stuff and it starts to become your experience, you start tasting this nectar because Bhakti Lata Bij, you're getting it because the Lord sees you really want it. See, then it's not a I should engage. No, you want to. You want to, I want to engage in hearing these pastimes. I want to engage in tasting the nectar in these names and going on Sankirtan and glorifying my Guru and glorifying Krishna rightly, properly, showing where the door is. Yeah, come to my Guru. He'll get you right in there. Got me in, man. It's a great place. When he disappears, the Lord will make you his Guru. If you make enough advancement, automatically you even here, even while I'm here, look, people come to Lalita's classes and Johan's classes and get life, right? You get why? Because they're getting life, you're getting life. That's how it works. Come Radha, she'll start doing it too. You'll see. Oh, everybody, if you listen attentively and you like these talks, the Lord will empower you to spread his real glories. Yeah. So one should engage in service to him. And this is the service, is sadhu sangha, and to chant these names, also and taste this nectar. See, and then when you become steady, see, that means you don't not deviated by, you shouldn't go to Gohar. He's oh, okay, I'll listen to you. When you're not deviated like this, or in some other way. Or the little children say, oh, I need all of your attention all the time. Don't go to Gorhai's thing because you got to go and serve me, and take me here and take me there. And you have no time, to listen to Harikatha. See, if you give them a little time, that's okay, but not all your time. Same with husbands and all that stuff, man. Don't give them all your time. Give them a little bit, but not much, Be miserly with your time with the world and maximize your time with Krishna, right? Should always be thinking like a devotee. How can I minimize my time with Maya and maximize my time with Krishna? Is Krishna's way of repaying the gopis for the love they have. For the love they have for him. That's not conclusive, Karuna. Sorry. When I am with Krishna for maximum my life. Right? Yeah. So. Well, maybe it could be that. Let me think about that one a little bit. All right. So, yeah, I'll think about that, Karuna. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm not in the mood for analyzing that one yet. Okay. So here the word bhave, which is the imperative mood, tells that this certainly must be done. See, and the reason is Krishna said about his devotees who can taste this nectar, the mature devotees, he said, they are the root from which I grow. See, you want to grow in Krishna consciousness, you need, on this level, you want Vrindavan Krishna, you want that love his devotees have for them. Well, his ecstatic devotees who chant holy names with great ecstatic devotion are the root See, they're the root cause of your being able to worship like that. Otherwise, you will not, it is not caused by Vaidhi practices. It's very rare to see anybody develop this Raj Bhakti. You need to get it from by association with ecstatic devotees of that nature. Okay? Yeah. So you must water, if you want this to develop in you, you must water it by associating with ecstatic devotees. There's no other water for it, especially this conjugal thing. You're not going to get this from Christianity. It's a different level, it's a different ras. So people make that mistake here. Sometimes they go and do that. Like even now, there's persons who are not showing up here very much and they get deviated by Christianity or their children. Oh, I don't know my children. I gotta give her all my time, and my wife. I have no time, And then see, okay, well, then you're not following this verse, and you will become weak, and they know it. Those who do that again and again and again become weak. No, this must be done. If you want to grow, how greedy are you? Do you want to grow into Vrindavan? You literally grow into Vrindavan in this life. Well, you got to, continue coming regularly to sadhu sangha and go through the purification, okay? And you will very quickly attain Vrindavan. Especially, look at all the classes we're doing, huh? Every day. Yeah. Well, could you imagine this not being done? Where would everything be? Okay? So those who do take advantage, otherwise you're really not smart. You're not very. Maya's taken away your intelligence. Come regularly. You don't have to come all the time. Just come regularly. Why not? Coming all the time is just for the most intelligent devotees. Not everybody has that intelligence. I mean, I'm only usually broadcasting, once a day. To me, what you're not coming 365 days a year like me? Really? Well, I can't expect everybody to go to church every day. Huh? That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop soon. Save some of this power for later.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so non-compliance would be abandonment duty. So you got your choice, everybody. You can do this duty, which becomes more and more fun, more and more enlightening, more and more enlivening. You can do this duty, or you're going to have a lot of duties out there in the world, and they're going to be hard and harder than this. This is a duty where it doesn't even become a duty. Now it's like, hey, man, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to diving into nectar. What kind of duty is that? Sacrifice, the word sacrifice and duty has usually a difficult ring to it. Oh, sacrifice. Ooh, I got to give up something. Oh, duty. I got to do my duty. I got to chant my rounds. Well, get them done. Let's get them done. See? Here, it becomes more and more like our nature to do this. It's not even like a duty. It's our nature. It's my nature to worship Krishna. It's my nature to have life. Otherwise, how can I live without life? What, you think life is eating a good meal, having sex, and defending my world, and that's life? No, this is life, this worship, man. Yeah, it lightens everything up. It removes the burden of illusion on the world, the heaviness of illusion, everything. Yeah, I love this kind of duty, man. It's like nice, effortless. Yeah, we're just testing Shama to see if get her into a guilt trip. I can't come here every day. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I just preach what I preach. You do what you can do. You got to learn, everybody. You got to learn to trust your. I can say all kinds of things, but if it goes against your heart, you got to acknowledge. So, okay, yeah, maybe that's for somebody else, not for me. Nothing wrong with that. Just trust. You should. That if you're here for so many years, you should learn how to do that. I may say be talking to other people, and other people say, "Yeah, this is really great. I really like hearing." Yeah, and you might think in your heart, like, "Well, I can't do that." So get rid of the guilt. Doesn't do any good. Just say, "Oh, okay, my heart says it's not for me, so it's not for me right now." We got a lot of people here. It's not like one size fits all. Some have a bigger size or different circumstance. It is for me. All right. Good. Okay. Well, anyway, for those who have some guilt, oh, he's saying this, and I can't do it. Well, do what you can do, man. Trust your heart. That's Krishna. Yeah. Okay, a little bit more and then I'll stop. So, just as these devotees are the fundamental reason for Krishna's appearance, and I'm going to save this for later, man. We got to have dessert a little bit later. Got to digest this first. We'll digest a little bit. Okay, I'm going to end this now, and we'll be back a little bit later. Yeah, 2.5 hours. That's good enough, huh? All right, my friends. Thank you, Lalita and Johan and Tom, for coming. Have a good time there, Rade, when you go and see them. What is this? Okay, I'm back to watching your classes again. Oh, and chanting. Had to go back to this account as I'm in Facebook Dharma jail. Facebook jail with the Tuka Krishna one. Who is it? Is this Tuka Krishna? Yes, the trick works out. What nice it is. Yeah. Who is that? Dharma sucks. Is that Tuka? Anyway, find out later. Okay, Hare Krishna, everybody. Have a good day, and I'll be back. Already looking forward to it. Yeah, thank you, Francis, for coming too and encouraging your wife. Look at her now. Isn't it amazing? I'm sure she's easier to live with now. Krishna has to tame the woman. Yeah. Okay, my friends. We'll see you later. See you later, alligator.